Hola mamá, ¿estás ocupada? Nada, solo que no sé con quién hablar. Sí, sí tengo amigos. No mamá, no me entiende. Estoy agobiado. No sé, lo he intentado, pero...
It has been a struggle lately for José to explain to his parents the unknown sorrow that burdens him. He feels homesick, but he finds himself in need of a translator, as if his Spanish has drifted away from him after the time he spent in class asking excellent questions in broken English. He does not know if he has made the right choice of coming to Dublin during a worldwide pandemic. He hears the howling wind change its tone today, from a threatening roar to a sweet flute melody. The sun is shining through the window on his laptop, where his assignment has been deleted and rewritten and redeleted too many times. He decides to put work aside and go for a walk around the city. Creativity will not come if sadness keeps pestering for his attention. He rarely goes out of his room this week, either because of a lockdown, or he's been buried in college work, or he has simply been exhausted. He does not know. He feels the pedestrians walking, talking and laughing a bit distant and distorted, as if they all inhaled some helium-filled balloons of happiness. He stands on the street, seeing the city where he has lived for 3 months but knows so little. A car passes by, honking. The shrieking sound hits him and pierces the balloon in his mind. He moves away and speeds up. He walks to St. Stephen's Green. He realizes it's very soothing to see the swans swimming across the river and hears the water rippling underneath. He has been there a couple of times, not for the swans, but for it's a very convenient place to meet people when movements are restricted. An old man is feeding the swan with some bread. It's very hard for José to work out if or not it is allowed to feed them. José has fed them before, once with a friend from college. He threw the crumbs at the swan and then immediately ran away, screaming, as he thought that his beak was going to close on his finger and refused to let go. He remembers distinctly his plucking of courage before, and his instant retreat from the swan after. But what he remembers the most is the lovely time they had, and their laughter. A smile begins to snake across his face. He sits on the bench. The wind whistles again. He whistles with it. José is put out of his memory by a sudden screaming in the crowd. A seagull has launched its attack again. The old man, however, remains undisturbed and confident in the face of this terror. José sees himself in both. In his first interaction with the seagull, he let out a screech that shames all schoolgirls who have seen a cockroach. But not now, as José has now become the composed old man. He chuckles as if it was a great athletic achievement, and he scored a triumph towards the seagull community. He will surely snatch a victory against the inexplicable misery of homesickness as well. José goes on and leaves St. Stephen's. The street is more filled with people than he imagined. He looks at the city, now soaked in memory. The time he shopped for a hat, the time he shared a sushi outside of Dana's, and the time he walked to the beach in the freezing of night. He feels like a swallow stretching its wings with the pigeons and seagulls of Dublin. A thunder of applause unsettles his memory. A street performer has performed. Being persuaded by the applause, he applauded too, to the guy that is now seeing times of your life, but to himself as well, as he now feels a bit unsaid. Maybe it's because he has inhaled some of the helium happiness blooms, or maybe it's that his mood is light up by the Christmas decorations. Music flows on the street, and the sun is bright.
Hola mamá, ¿qué tal? Muy bien, es Navidad. Les echo mucho de menos a ti y a papá. Sí, ya hablo mejor inglés. ¿Qué va? Cada día estoy mejor aquí.